Okay, so we need to discuss one more topic in IBGP implementation, JNC.
Okay.
After that, we can go for eBGP implementation. Okay, so let's talk about our last implementation in IBGP topic. It's called route reflector. This concept we are using in IBGP. Let's create a design.
1 minute. I'm taking my notebook.
No problem. I'm doing basic configuration. Wait.
I'm back.
Now, so topic is what? Route reflector. IBGP route reflector. Let's do the basic configuration first. I'm using autonomous system number 100. No shutdown. No shutdown. Let's create a loopback interface. Interface loopback 1192.168.10.1 mask /24 show IP interface brief. Let's go to R2 router 0/0 10.1.12.2 mask no shutdown 0/1 10.1.23.1 mask no shutdown show IP interface brief. Let's go to R3. On R3, we have one physical interface 10.1.23.2 mask no shutdown interface loopback 03.3.3 mask interface loopback 168.30.1 mask show IP interface brief. Any problem in basic configuration, 2NC? I
No,
hope it's
no,
clear.
no, no.
Now let's try
Clear.
to BGP protocol, IBGP protocol, router BGP 100, 10.1.12.2, remote AS is 100, Networks we can advertise 10 dot 1 dot 12 dot 0. Mask 1 dot 1 dot 1. Mask 255 255 255. Network 192.168 10 dot 10 dot 0. Mask 255 255 255 dot 0. Let's go to R2. R2 has two neighbor, router, BGP 100, network, 10 dot 1 dot 12 dot 1, remote AS is 100, neighbor 10 dot 1 dot 23 dot 2, remote AS is 100, 10 dot 1 dot 12 dot 0, mask 255 255, one more network we have 23 dots. Let's go to R3. Let's go to R3 router BGP 100 neighbor 10 dot 1 dot 23 dot 1 remote AS 100 network 10 dot 1 dot 23 dot 0 mask network 3 dot 3 dot 3 dot 3 mask network 192.168.30.0 mask 255 255 255 dot 0. You want to see clear this point?
Yes.
Let's verify our
Yes. It's
neighbor
fine.
information. Show IP BGP summary. So yes, I have one neighbor, one neighbor. Let's verify neighbor information on R3. Show IP BGP summary. I have one neighbor, and if you check on R2, show IP BGP summary. So yes, I have two neighbors, right? Two neighbors.
Yes.
Let's check our network. So yes. So my point is what? You can see here R2 has a two neighbor. R2 has two neighbor. R1 has a one neighbor. Now, if you check your routing table, show IP route, BGP, or show IP route, you can see you are not receiving any route information from R3, right? You are not
No.
receiving any route
Yeah.
information from R3. So into this design, you can go with IBGP full mesh. We need to form a neighbor relationship with R3, right? Remember our day one discussion, day one lab
Yeah.
in BGP. We need to go with IBGP full mesh neighbor relationship. Wait. If R1 is not receiving any route from R3, wait, any route from R3. So no. So if you remember, BGP split horizon route. What's BGP split horizon route? An update, an update sent by one IBGP neighbor should not send back to another IBGP neighbor. My point is, if you check on R2, if you check on R2, show IP route, you can see you are receiving route information from R3, right? JNC.
Yes.
R2, this R2 is receiving a route information from R3.
That's it.
Route information from R3.
Because it's
And
directly connected. Yeah.
sorry, can you repeat again?
Because it's the direct neighborhood
Yes,
of
direct
RT.
neighbor, and because of BGP split horizon rule. What is BGP split horizon?
Yeah.
See, if R3 is sending route update, sharing route update to R2, BGP is a path vector protocol, right? Path vector. So it will add AS information, right? AS 100.
Yes.
So route is going to, this R3 is sharing route with R2 with his AS number.
Yeah.
Now with this AS number will not send to the another router within a AS because of BGP split
Mm.
horizon rule. This will create loop. That's why an update, this is the concept, an update sent by one IBGP neighbor should not send back to another IBGP neighbor. This is the problem. Okay. This is the concept. That's why R2 is not sending this route information to R1 because of BGP split horizon rule. Clear this point? Why R1 is
Yes.
not receiving route? Because of BGP split horizon rule. R1 is not
Spec
receiving. Why?
horizontal,
Because
right?
an update sent by one IBGP neighbor. R3 is sending update to one IBGP neighbor should not send back to another IBGP neighbor. Okay, because of BGP split horizon. So what you can do into this design? What you can do, if you remember, we use full mesh neighbor relationship, right? We did this full mesh neighbor relationship. It means what you can do, you can create a neighbor relationship in between R1 and R3, right? You can
Yeah.
go on R1, you can go on R1, you can create an entry for this neighbor. You can go to R3, you can create an entry for this neighbor, right? Right? Juansi,
Yes.
let's do this again. Let's do this. We already did this in previous lab, but let's verify.
Mm.
10.1.23.2 remote AS is what? 100. Now I can go to R3. I need to create BGP full mesh, IBGP full mesh. So neighbor 10.1.12.12.1 remote AS is 100. This is BGP full mesh, IBGP full mesh. So you can verify now. Show IP BGP something. So the point is you have R3. On R1, you need to create your entry for R3 and on R3, you need to create an entry for R1. It means if you have approx 200 routers in your design, in your IBGP design, say, then on each router, for example, on one router, you need to create 199 neighbor entry statically,
Hmm.
manually, because of BGP full mesh. You need to create BGP full mesh, otherwise you will not receive any update. You can see now neighbor information, show IP BGP summary. Yes, you have a neighbor, right? Now you can see you are receiving update from R3 because of BGP full mesh. You can see. If I'm working with 2 or 3 routers, I can do this, no problem. But in case if I'm working in a big scenario, big network, I have 100 routers in IBGP. I have 200 routers. Okay, so I can go on R1 router and I need to create 199 neighbor information. I need to create a 199 neighbor information with neighbor command because of BGP full mesh. Clear this point?
Yes.
You can see. Clear this point?
Yes, it's clear.
BGP full mesh.
It's clear.
Problem is what if
Full
I'm
mesh.
working
Yeah.
a big net, I don't want to do this because if I'm working in a big network, it's very difficult to create okay BGP full mesh because you need to go on each router, you need to go on each
Mm.
router and create neighbor entry. You can go on R2, you can create rest 199 neighbors entry. You can go to R3, you need to create 199 neighbor entry statically manually. This is the difficult task. That's why in a big network, I'm not using BGP full mesh neighbor relationship. The problem is what? Every router should be neighbor of every other router within a AS. So I don't want to use this because it's a difficult task in a big network. That's why I'm using what? The root reflector concept. So in a big network, you can use root reflector concept. What is root reflector? So you can use one router as a root reflector. For example, into this design, I want to use this R2 as a root reflector. You will see. So this is called RR, root reflector server, and rest neighbors, they are called RR client. Clear my point? RR client.
The first one is what?
Yes,
Only.
the topic is what root
R2.
reflector. Root reflector, I can use any router as a root reflector server. And rest of the routers, for example, I have 200 routers. So I can consider one router as a root reflector router. Clear my point? And rest
Yeah.
199 routers I can consider as a root reflector client. So you can go on
Mm,
a root reflector server and can create all root reflector client entry. What I'm doing, let's go to R1. Let's go to R1. And I don't want to use, wait, it's router BGP. No, I'm in BGP. I want to delete this entry only. I'm not looking for BGP full mesh. So let's remove this command. So I don't have any BGP full mesh neighbor relationship. So you can check now. I'm not receiving any route information from R3. And you can also check here. I'm not receiving any route information from R1. Show IP route. And I am not looking for BGP full mesh. I'm looking for route reflector concept. In route reflector concept, you can consider one router as a route reflector server and rest. For example, you have 200 neighbors in your design, 200 routers in your design. So you can consider one router as a root reflector server and rest 199 routers. They can act as a root reflector client. What you can do, you can go to root reflector server. For example, on R2, I'm using as a root reflector server. You can go in BGP protocol. And what is the command? Neighbor 10.1.12.1. Neighbor 10.1.12.1. And what I'm saying? Root reflector client. Root reflector client. Done.
okay.
With this command, with this command, with this command, you are a root reflector server and R1 is root reflector client. You can tell to R3 10.1.23.2, you are root reflect, reflector client. Done. Done. You can see now. You can go to R3. You can go to R3. You can see show IP BGP summary. Yes, you have a single neighbor, no problem. If you check on R1, show IP BGP summary. Yes, you have a single neighbor, no problem. But if you check show IP route, this time you are receiving route information from route reflector server. So this
Okay.
route reflector client in sending update, all route reflector client router, they all are sending update. They will update their routes only with route reflector server. Okay. And then route
Okay.
reflector
From
server. Yes, yes,
I have
yes.
one question.
Mhm.
When you are configuring this root reflector on the root reflector server, you are going to advise the network IP or the interface IP.
Interface IP. See, you need a see. Let's go to the point is what you first you need to verify your reachability DNC. Okay. If you have
Network,
reachability
the
with
neighbor.
all 199 routers, okay, then you can create your entry. Clear now?
Okay, but one question is,
Yes.
if behind the RT, I have another router.
Mm-hmm.
I have one or two router connected to
Okay,
R3,
you have one
example.
router, you have one router here, right?
Yes.
This is your question. So for reachability, you can use any IGP protocol. Remember our last discussion? IBGP with loopback interface. Update source
Yeah.
command, update source loopback. Remember our last
Yeah,
topic?
but my question is, this router, this new router, how you will configure the root reflector in the server?
You are talking about this router?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
See, you can go on root reflector server if you have a connectivity with root reflector client IP address, then you need to create in just entry root reflector client. For
But
reachability,
okay.
you can use any IGP protocol like EIGRP. Clear now?
Okay. Yes.
What is the problem into this design? What is the problem into this design? If this root reflector server goes down, then
Then you lost
yes, you lost everything. Yes.
everything. Yeah.
Okay, it's a good concept. Root reflector server, it's a good concept. But the point is, if server goes down, all root reflector client they cannot communicate, they cannot talk to each other. This is the issue. That's why this one is a good option. But the problem is you need to create entry for each neighbor router manually, statically. Clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Clear this point? Okay. Now, this is what our root reflector server and root reflector client. Let's delete this design because I need to go with IBGP, sorry, eBGP implementation today. Let's delete this design. UNC, can you please turn off your mic on your side? There must be noise on your side. Please turn off your mic, yeah.
Ah,
UNC, let's take a break for 5 minutes, okay? Clear? Then we can start this discussion. Okay, UNC?
okay. Okay.
Let's take a break, okay? Please turn off. We can take a break for 5 minutes, okay? It's 11:06 on my side. Okay, we will continue at 11:11. Please turn off your mic.
Okay.
Hello, Joancy. Can you hear me, dear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's continue our discussion now. So this is for our first eBGP implementation design. We have four routers and each router is participating in different AS number. Let's start our basic configuration first. We can go with the R1. R1 fast Ethernet 0/0. No shutdown. 14.1 mask. shutdown. Interface loopback one dot one dot one dot one mask. Show IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. Now let's go to R2 0/0 10 dot 1 dot 12 dot mask no shutdown 0/1 10 dot 1 dot 23 dot 1 mask no shutdown. We can create loopback interface 2.2.2 mask show IP interface brief. Let's go to R3 0/0 IP address 10 dot 1 dot 34 dot 1 mask no shutdown 0/1 10 dot 1 dot 23 dot 2 mask no shutdown. Let's go to R4 0/0 10 dot 1 dot 34 dot 2 no shutdown and 0/1 10 dot 1 dot 14 dot 2 mask no shutdown. Interface loopback 0 4 dot 4 dot 4 dot 4 mask. I hope this basic configuration is clear for you. You will see. I hope this basic configuration is clear for you. Can we start our
Yes, yes.
So now you can go with router BGP command. So I'm on R1, router BGP AS number 100, and I have two names. I have two names, R2 and R4. So neighbor command 10.1.12.2. Remote AS is for 200. Neighbor 10.1.14.2. Remote AS is what? Wait. This is AS number 300. This is AS number 400. So now AS number 400. Now we can advertise our network 12.0 mask 14.0 and one loopback interface mask 255.255.255.255. Done. Okay, let's copy this configuration. Okay, this can help you to paste on R3 and R4. Let's copy this configuration. We can paste in Notepad. Now, so on R2, 2.2.2.2 and 23.0 and on R2, 12.1 and 23. So R1 is a part of AS number 100. Okay, we can paste this configuration on R2. So AS number 200 on R2. 23.2 is a part of AS number 300. Any problem into this configuration? Can I paste this configuration on R3? What do you think? You will see. Can I paste this configuration on R3? Can you see the design?
Yeah, yeah. I see the design is okay.
Okay, let's
Mm,
copy this.
the problem, yes, we can
Yes,
copy and paste.
yes, we can paste on. We can put paste on R2.
How to, yeah.
Okay, let's go to Notepad again. AS number 300 and 3.3.3.3 10.1 dot 34.0 10.1 dot 23.1 and
Highest number, I need to check.
34.2. 34.2 is a part of AS 400 and this one is a part of AS number 2. Can I copy and paste this configuration on R3? Can I paste this? Okay, wait. Can I paste this configuration on
Wait,
R3? Is it clear? Is it
wait,
good?
wait.
Yes, yes, you
Wait, let me check the IP address 24 here and 34. Yes, it's okay.
okay, let's copy this configuration and we can paste on R3.
Actually,
Let's go for R4. So for R4, ES number 400 and
okay.
4
4, 4,
dot
4.
4 dot 4 dot 4, 34 network and 14 network. 34
14,
dot
yes.
1 is a part of ES number 300 and 14 dot 1 is a part of ES number 100. Can I paste this configuration on R4?
Yes,
Okay, let's go
yes.
to R4. It's a simple task. Notepad can help you. Now let's go to R1 and we can start our verification. Show IP BGP summary command and please wait. This will take time. Right now status is active with R4. We can wait. We can wait. Okay, now we have a neighbor information. Show IP BGP neighbor. Neighbor information. In state and prefix, I have 0. We can wait because
Okay.
0 means what? We have a neighbor relationship, but I'm looking for roots. Okay, from R2 side, yes, we are receiving some root. What is 3? It means we have 3 network information. This side, okay.
Mm,
This side, I'm looking for some roots. Wait. Taking time. Wait. Yes, now I have root, right? Some roots from R3. Let's verify
okay.
show IP route this time. So yes, I am receiving some root from R2, from R4. Okay, I'm waiting for R3. Okay, please wait. This is not a IBGP. So I'm not looking for IBGP full mesh neighbor relationship. Okay. IBGP full mesh is a
Mm,
part of IBGP. This is EBGP. Okay. This is EBGP.
okay.
I can see. Let's wait. Let's go to R2. We can check here. Show IP BGP summary. So root show IP route. R3 route I'm not receiving. Is there any issue on R3? Let me check the configuration. 3.3.3 is good.
How to?
Yes, on R2 I'm not receiving any update from R3. I'm trying to verify the configuration. So 10.1.34.1 on fast Ethernet 0/0 it's correct, no problem. 0/1 10.1.23. It's correct, no problem. And what about okay? I forget to create loopback interface on R3. 3.3.3.3 mask. Now we can check. Let's go to R2. So I'm receiving 3. Let's go to R1.
Yeah.
R1 and I'm receiving all the roots. See, I'm receiving root information from
Okay.
2.2.2. I'm receiving root update information from 3.3.3 and from R4, right? And
Yes.
these routes administrative distance is what? 20. If you remember our discussion,
Right.
IBGP, IBGP AD value is 200 and eBGP AD value is what? 20. So with AD value, we
Yeah.
can verify this is what eBGP implementation. But I want to check complete AS information. Here I can see the root information, but you can go with this command now. And this one is a popular command in BGP. Now we will use this command every time. Show IP BGP. This command. With this command, you can get complete information. You can see You are receiving this 3.3.3 information. You are receiving 4.4.4 information, right? You are receiving 2.2.2.
Okay.
You have AS path information. You can see you have AS path information. AS path information. So now you can verify, for example, I'm here on R1. Okay. I'm here on R1. I want to verify 3.3.3 network information. So 3.3.3, there is a two routes via this side and via this side, right? Do you see?
Okay.
So
Yes.
we have two routes for 3.3.3. Next hop is 10.1.14.2. Next hope is 10.1.12.2. Yes, you are receiving 3.3.3.3 information with via two routes. And via this side, if you check, via this side, 14.2, you have two AS number, AS 300 and AS 400. See, originated from AS number
Okay.
300, then it go to AS number 400, right?
Yes.
Now, if you check here this side, okay, if you check this side, so AS number 300, then AS number 200. So you can see via this side 12.2 originated from AS number 300, then it go to, so reach to AS number 200, then to R1 router. Clear this point?
Yes. Yeah.
Now R4, this 4.4.4 update is available on R1 with AS number only 400.
Yeah.
Now, this
But
is our,
why not another way?
yes, yes,
For
yes, please.
for R4,
R4,
why is not coming also
by this
through
side,
the
by this side.
out? Yeah.
Yes, yes, we'll discuss. Right now, we are trying to verify root information, okay? The default concept. Yes, we can discuss local preferences, weight, multiple options are available. We'll discuss the attributes. Why? See, we'll discuss this option BGP attributes. You can see to reach 3.3.3, you have two route via this side and via this side, right? Why this route, this greater than symbol is available on this side? What is greater than symbol? Greater than symbol is what? It best route. Why this route is the best route? To reach 3.3.3. Why this route is a via 10.1? Why this route is the best route? We'll discuss, sure, no problem. But I'm telling you the
Okay.
default option, okay? Routes are coming. Clear my point? Routes are coming
Yes.
from R3, and yes, we have AS information. And if you talk about the best route, BGP best route, so BGP is using attributes. Let me show you. Now we can discuss these options, BGP attributes. Let's continue our discussion tomorrow. Okay, Juvency?
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Juvency. Take care, dear. Bye.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Mm.